Hello everyone. As a product lead at a major technology company, Terence's job is to make decisions. How should be the team prioritize features to develop? Who should be the suffered on projects? When should products launch? Hundreds of choices drive the vision, strategy, and direction for each product Terence oversees. While Terence loved his job, making so many decisions caused him a lot of stress. He would waste hours in unproductive mental loops, analyzing variables to make the right choices. He would worry about the future and imagine all the ways a launch could go wrong. Then he would beat himself up for squandering valuable time and energy, deliberating instead of taking action. In other words, his toughfulness, which was a typical strength, often led him to overthink situations. Terence is what I like to call a sensitive striver, a high achiever who processes the world more deeply than others. Study shows that sensitive people have more active brain circuitry and neurochemicals in areas related to mental processing. This means their mind not only take in more information but also process that information in more complex way. Sensitive strivers like Terence are often uploaded for the way they explore angles and nouns, but at the same time, they are also more susceptible to stress and overwhelm. Deliberation is an admirable and essential leadership quality that undoubtedly produces better outcomes. But for the Terence and others like him, there comes a point in decision making where helpful contemplation turns into overthinking. If we can relate, here are 5 ways to stop the cycle of thinking too much and drive towards better, faster decisions. Before that, if you are new here, then do subscribe and press the bell icon for more motivational videos like this. Don't forget to comment and share with your friends and family. Let's start this video. Number 1. Put aside perfectionism. Perfectionism is one of the biggest blockers to swift, effective decision making because it operates on faulty all or nothing thinking. For example, perfectionism can lead you to believe that if you don't make the correct choices, as if there is only one right option, then you are a failure. Or that you must know everything, anticipate every eventuality, and have a true plan in place before making a move. Try to weight every possible outcomes and consideration is paralyzing. To curb this tendency, ask yourself questions like which decision will you have the biggest positive impact on my top priorities? Of all the possible people I could please or displease, which one or two people do I least want to disappoint? Which one thing I could do today that would bring me closer to my goal? Based on what I know and the information I have at this moment, what's the best next step? After all, it's much easier to wrap your head around and take actions towards a single next step rather than trying to project months or years into the future. Number 2. Right size the problem. Some decisions are worth mulling over while others are not. Before you make a call, write down what goals, priorities, or people in your life will be impacted. This will help you differentiate between what's meaningful and what's not worth obsessing over. Likewise, if you are worried about the prospect of a decision bombing, try the 10 by 10 by 10 test. When the prospect of falling flat on your face seizes you, think about how you feel about the decisions 10 weeks, 10 months, or 10 years from now. It's likely that the choice will be inconsequential or that you won't even remember it was a big deal. Your answer can help you put things in perspective and rally the motivation you need to take action. Number 3. Leverage the underestimated power of intuition. Intuition works like a mental pattern matching game. The brain considers a situation, quickly accesses all your experiences, and then make the best decision given the context. This automatic process is faster than rational thought, which means intuition is a necessary decision making tool when time is short and additional data is not available. In fact, research shows that pairing intuition with analytical thinking helps you make better, faster, and more accurate decisions and gives you more confidence in your choice than relying on intellectual alone. In one study, car buyers who used only careful analysis were ultimately happy with their purchases about a quarter of the time, Meanwhile, those who made intuitive purchases were happy 60% of the time. That's because relying on rapid cognition or thin slicing allows the brain to make wise decisions without overthinking. Terence, the product lead I mentioned earlier, was so intrigued by the idea of making decisions from his gut. Then he planned a day of disinhibition during which he followed his own intuition about everything he said and did for 24 hours. The result, going with his gut, gave him the courage to stop censoring himself and make a tough calls. Even when he knew it might upset from stakeholders, it wasn't just what I got done, but how I got it done, how quickly and how I felt about it. He later told me it put me in the best frame of mind to deal with whatever is in front of me. He said, try the day of disinhibition, experiment for yourself, or simply set aside a few minutes today and list 3 to 5 times you trusted your gut in and whatever the outcomes was favorable. Number 4. Limit the drain of decision fatigue. We make hundreds of decisions a day, from what to eat for breakfast to how to respond an email. And such droplets mental and emotional resources, you are more likely to overthink when you are drained. So, the more you can eliminate minor decisions, the more energy you will have for ones that really matter. Create routines and rituals to conserve your brain power, like a weekly meal plan or capsule wardrobe. Similarly, look for opportunities to eliminate certain decisions altogether, such as by instituting best practices and standardized protocols, delegating or removing yourself from meetings. Number 5. Construct creative constraints. You may be familiar with Parkinson's law, which states that work expands to the time we allow it. Put simply, if you give yourself 1 month to create a presentation, it will take you 1 full month to finish it. But if you had only a week, you would finish the same presentation in a shorter time. I have observed a similar principles among sensitive strivers that overthink expands to the time we allow it. In other words, if you give yourself 1 week to worry about something that is actually an 1 hour task, you will waste an inordinate amount of time and energy. You can curb this tendency by creating accountability through creative constraints. For example, determine a date or time by which you will make a choice. Put in your calendar, set a reminder on your phone, or even contact the person who is waiting for your decisions and let him know when they can expect to hear from you. A favorite practice of my friends is worry time, which involves year making a short period of the day to constructively problem solve. All above, remember that your mental depth gives you a major competitive advantage. Once you learn to keep overthinking in check, you will be able to harness your sensitivity for the superpower that it can be. These are the steps to stop cycle of overthinking too much. Do subscribe if you find my videos useful and do click bell icon after subscribing or else you will miss my videos in its notification. Like if you find it knowledgeable and useful. Don't forget to comment. Let me know which of these ways are helpful to you to stop the cycle of overthinking too much and drive towards better, faster decisions. Share this video with your friends and family even they learn this useful knowledge and my channel also gets support. And finally, thanks for watching.